Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading for June 9th to the 16th. I am Charlene, Lizette. Whether you are new or whether you are returning, a massive thank you to you. Either way, I hope you click subscribe and become a part of our collective. We're going to be diving into your reading this week, Pisces, and Jupiter, your traditional planetary ruler, is going to be moving into Cancer, your fellow water sign sister. So it's going to be a big deal. Now, Jupiter is going to immediately square Saturn. Saturn is a planet of restriction, discipline, structure, sacrifice, currently sitting in the sign of Aries. And Jupiter, all about expansion, luck, opportunity, optimism, okay? In the sign of Cancer, the home, family, etc. So there's going to be, I will say just in general for everybody, but for you as well, because your traditional ruler is Jupiter, you're going to be feeling it. There is going to be this air, or this energy that could feel a little bit restrictive, that could feel a little bit challenging, that could feel a little bit difficult, only for the next little bit, okay? Because the square will eventually end. But for now, in the beginning of this transit, we're gonna be feeling it predominantly, okay? We're gonna be in this really interesting energy where, you know, Saturn and Jupiter are kind of, I don't want to say that they're going to be at war with each other, but they are going to be teaching us where we require more discipline, where we require more restriction, where we require more sacrifice, more structure in order to manifest what we desire in our life, in order to have that luck, that beauty, that opportunity, that optimism. Remember, Jupiter gives you what you need, not what you want, Pisces, okay? And so this week you're really learning here what that means and what that feels like for you. Now, I don't know what your rising sign is, so you're gonna have to look at your chart and see where Jupiter is going to be transiting, what house it's going to be transiting in. If you are a Pisces rising like me, it's going to be transiting your 5th house for the next year, which is a really, really beautiful place for Jupiter to be at. Okay, let's dive in and see what's going on. You know what this whole week feels like, to be honest, is you learning want versus need, you learning where your self-worth is tied to your material possessions and where you potentially make decisions in your life based off of external validation, wanting to be approved or loved or respected by others, or more worried about how other people are perceiving you versus how you are perceiving yourself, how you are accepting yourself. There is going to be an ending here for you this week as well. There's a lot of cards that indicate it, but I don't think this ending is external. This ending is internal. I think you're fed up with something in your personal life. I think you're at your I'm done moment. If you know, you and I were talking, Pisces, you'd be saying to me, Char, like, I am so done whatever, being overweight. I am so done not knowing how to manage my money. I am so done feeling like I'm not lovable enough. I am so done being single. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's something here where you're like, Char, I'm done here. I don't want to be feeling this anymore. I don't want to be in this vibrational frequency. I don't want to be in this place of stagnation, of challenge, or difficulty. And so when you declare this, or when you make these declarations out into the universe, Source is then going to provide you with outlets. Source is then going to provide you with paths forward. Source is then going to say, hey, you know what? Why don't you try this instead? Or, hey, you know what? Have you ever thought about doing this or doing that? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Source is going to show you ways to fix this problem or this thing that is just not necessarily making you super happy, Pisces, which I really love for you, because towards the end of this week is where things start to get really beautiful for you. The first thing I want to say to you, Pisces, is that you got Nurture and Ceres. Your whole fucking reading, like, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to be very honest with you. I've tried to record your reading like 3 or 4 times, and it's like this energy is stagnant, and it feels like, I almost feel like you're not listening to the universe, or I don't know why, but like, it's like, you're like, I don't want to receive the message. I don't want, like there's like, I don't want to say bad juju's around you, but it's like you are like blocking your own success, but it's because it's your ego. This is not like to criticize or judge you or any of this stuff, Pisces. This is almost like a, hey, Pisces, you've been through the ringer for the last little bit. Saturn was in your sign, and Saturn is going to be returning back into your sign in September. So like, what are the lessons that you need to learn that you're not learning? Nurture, Ceres, where do you need to take care of yourself? Where do you need to honor yourself? Where do you need to love yourself? And where are you failing to do that? Grief, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Instead of looking at your world, your life through this lens of like lack, scarcity, limitation, blockage, pain, suffering, hardship, Pisces, how can you now turn around and recognize, realize your connection to source, and that truly you are God and God is you? So if you are an extension of God, then the world that you are creating, the world that you are perceiving is literally a manifestation of God energy. You got Hireth here, longing for home, homesick for the stars. I just honestly, I feel like you have to let go and purge of something really big here, Pisces. And for a lot of you, it's really hard because for so long you've been doing this thing, whether it's conscious or unconscious. I feel like a lot of you are conscious about it, where you're like, fuck, here I did it again. Here I did it again, you know? Like it's like when you're trying to lose weight, but then you go after the cookies. There I did it again. There, you know, like it's that kind of energy. And what I am going to say to you is, listen, our brains are wired for complacency. Our brains don't like sudden disruption. Our brains don't like to try something new. So if you know this, then you also know that you're going to have to put in extra work here, Pisces. Extra work to manifest your deepest desires. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords, Death, the Tower. This isn't an easy week because your ego is going to be challenged. Not only do I feel like you are looking very beautiful, you're thriving, there's a lot of really wonderful energy here for you. You're very magnetizing, very charismatic, but I don't think you realize that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the world views you like this, but you're not viewing yourself like this, Pisces. And this is part of the self-worth, self-love stuff that I was talking about. With the Nine of Swords, Death, the Tower, Source is turning around and saying, where is your ego keeping you prisoner? Where are your limiting beliefs keeping you prisoner? Where is your lack of self-love keeping you prisoner? Where is your anxiety, your worry, your stress, your overanalysis paralysis, your, this like panic-driven, this fear-driven mindset? Where is it keeping you stuck? Because this is a week where you get to break free from it. Death to the Tower. This is a whole week where you get to call out your shit. Whatever it's going to look like, because it's going to be different for all of you, okay? You get to call out your shit and you get to go, you know what? This way of being, this way of thinking, this way of living, I just don't love it. It's not working out for me anymore. So I'm going to be conscious and cognitive of it, and I'm going to release it. Like I am here, I am declaring it, I am presenting this way, and so it is, and so I'm done. You know, and I think for a lot of you, it's hard because it's all you've ever known for such a long time, Pisces. But Source is going, you have a choice here. You know, if you're a self-sabotager, right, or you're an overthinker, or, you're constantly up in your head and you don't take action on your visions, on your ideas, Pisces, this week Source is turning around and going, hey, you have a choice here to make, to grow up, to mature, to see things from a different lens, which will actually lead you to your financial success, your financial happiness, this place of joy and peace and ease and bliss and just a lot of success for you, Pisces. But you have to be willing to do the work here, Pisces. You know, are you going to keep feeding your ego? Are you going to keep feeding the fears? Sorry, I got something in my eye. Maybe you're not even seeing this whole situation straight. Like you're so boggled by your own story that you're unable to see things for what they are. It's almost like Source is saying, okay, Pisces, okay. I hear you, Pisces. I hear you. You've gone through the ringer. You've been going through some challenging times, but now Source wants you to actually step in. Source now actually wants you to show up, to change. Not because there's something wrong with you, but because your limitations are literally holding you back from the manifestations that you're praying and dreaming for. Does that make sense? You even got Venus before we dive into your love reading. This is from StarSea Jewels, okay? Venus is all about love. It's all about self-worth. It's all about self-respect. All right? What are the decisions here that you have to make? What does that look like, right? These are all questions that you're going to have to ask yourself, and you're going to have to get really serious about. You know, because I think a lot of you are so ready to have this life of your dreams, but it's like, okay, Char, so what am I supposed to do next? Well, next means that you got to ask yourself, how are you not embodying the version of you that is already attracting and living the life of their dreams? So we've got this Three of Cups, or sorry, the Empress and the Page of Wands, the Empress and the Five of Swords, yeah, and the Six of Pentacles, or sorry, Six of Swords, wow, and the World. It's like I can't even talk properly. If you want to tune into this energy of Empress, right? The Empress steps in her energy. The Empress owns her space. The Empress owns who she is. She holds herself to high regard. In order for you to attract romantic partners, money, whatever the thing is that you want, you have to learn to lean into that. You have to. You have to learn to love this aspect of yourself, these aspects, I should say, of yourself, and stop being so self-deprecating. Stop being so hard on yourself. I think a lot of you are really realizing that if you are single, it's because you're choosing to be single because you're afraid of being vulnerable too. This is an intense reading, dude. I was not anticipating this. Jeez Louise. Clearly, you needed the message, Pisces. If you want to work together with me in any capacity, it's down in the description box below. Here's this video to help you with manifesting your dream life. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes. We will see you later, alligators. Peace out. Bye.